Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Clearly, since the federal budget in March, we've had a federal election, and traditionally after an election where there is no change of government, we might expect only minor adjustments. A reshuffle of ministerial lineups, a few tweaks in responsibilities across those portfolios, if you will. But after this most recent election, what we saw in the social services portfolio was far from minor. On 13 May, the Prime Minister made substantial changes to the administrative arrangement orders, the mechanism by which executive responsibility is allocated amongst ministers. These changes dramatically reduced the responsibilities of the Minister for Social Services. Housing, rental and homelessness policy were stripped from the portfolio. The National Disability Insurance Scheme and foundational supports were also removed. And then, on 26 June, the Prime Minister went further still with responsibility for disability policy transferred to health, while the delivery of services and payments relating to social security, health and other government services, along with whole-of-government service delivery policy, was transferred to the finance portfolio. These decisions were not just administrative. They were a clear signal, a signal that this Prime Minister had little confidence in his own minister. Hardly a ringing endorsement either of the Minister or of the previous Minister of Social Services over the past 3 years under Labor. Can the Minister outline what impact these significant changes to the department's responsibilities will have on its budget and also on your influence around the Cabinet table? Australians are simply doing it tougher than ever before, and 1 in 6 families report being very concerned about their current financial situation and financial future. Even with a strong labour market and an increasingly mature superannuation system, our social security systems supports more than 6 million Australians at a cost of $152 billion in 25-26. This represents 19% of all government expenditure, and under the Albanese government, the number of long-term job seeker recipients, that is those on payments for more than 2 years, is on the rise. It's increasing. Minister, what macro issues will increase the number of social security recipients, and what measures are in your budget to reduce the reliance of Australians on our social security safety net? Family and domestic violence remains at unacceptably high levels in our nation. And in 2023-24, there were 46 female victims of intimate partner homicide. 1 in 4 women has experienced intimate partner violence since the age of 15. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander women are 33 times more likely to be hospitalised due to family violence. That's a sickening number. And up to 7 times more likely to be victims of homicide. Between 22 and 24, sexual assaults rose by 17%, while family violence-related homicides and related offences increased nearly 65%. Minister, with the latest ABS crime statistics for 2024 from across Australia showing domestic violence and sexual assaults on the rise and the significant delay in rollout of funding from your so-called rapid review, what is the Albanese government doing now to ensure frontline services have the resources you promised? The Closing the Gap annual data compilation report provides a sobering reminder of this government's failures. Now in its 4th year, this distracted Prime Minister has failed to deliver meaningful change. The gap is not closing, it is widening. Of the 19 national targets, just 4 are on track. That is 1 less than last year. For too many targets, the data is missing, unreliable or outdated. In fact, only 10 targets had updated figures, and for crucial areas such as family safety, the numbers were simply not reliable. This is the reality Indigenous communities face and are struggling. Women and children remain unsafe, and this government is failing Indigenous Australians. Minister, how can Australians have any faith this government can close the gap when progress has gone backwards under your watch?
Shame.
And Minister, where are you? Why are you not here in the chamber to answer these very, very important questions?